Hello, my name is Helen Dimitriou. Just cleansing my new cards, which are the Herbal Astrology Oracle for anyone that's interested. And I was thinking about ghost stories that I've been seeing on TikTok lately, especially from a person called Audacity, and people are linking their stories to her video. And I will tell you about one story that happened to me and my family many years ago. I'll try and make this as short as possible. So, when I first met my husband, one of the nights that when we was in bed, he was asleep. I went to use the bathroom, I came back and I saw a black mass above his head. And I'm a seer, I'm a clairvoyant. I've always seen spirits since I was a child. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to forget this and go back to sleep. And I did. Anyway, fast forward. Our first child was born, a son. And when he was a baby, he was sleeping in our bedroom. And each night I would dream that my son was on an altar and there was snakes trying to get to him. And he started screaming and I started screaming and we both woke up. Anyway, I was taken by my sister-in-laws to different monasteries and finally came to one by my house. It was for nuns, and they said they would pray that this would stop. They would pray for his name, and sure enough, they stopped. Fast forward again to when he was about 6 years old. He would start having night terrors, and he would tell me that there was a witch, a bad witch, that was trying to get to him. And every time in his dream that he would try to scream my name, she would bite his lips. He told me that she was like skeletal. She had a grey skin, long black straggly hair. And when she smiled, her teeth were sharp and jagged. And her smile was like from ear to ear, so basically disgusting. So I would have dreams about this woman also. And my mum, who was alive then, she came to stay in Cyprus from England, where I live. And she told me that she had a dream the first night that she came, that she saw a woman in my house that looked like that. So another night, my son woke up screaming, and that woke me up. And my bedroom is basically diagonal to his. So from his doorway, he can see into my bedroom. So I jumped up, opened the door, and he was already standing at his door crying. And he says, "Mommy, Mommy." I says, "What's wrong?" And I went closer to him and he says, "Mommy, who is that woman in your bed with Daddy?" And I says, "What woman?" He says, "Oh no, it's her, Mummy, it's the witch." So obviously that's giving me goosebumps thinking about that now. Now I'm a practitioner of spirituality, let's say, and I was trying to get rid of her. And I would see her in visions and in dreams, and I couldn't get rid of her. But I felt that she was somehow linked to my husband from the previous years where I saw this dark cloud above his head. So then one night I was sleeping and I woke up, and facing me was this witch. And she was smiling at me and she said to me in my head, "He's mine." So this cemented with me that this was a succubus, and that it was connected with my husband long before I even met him. So my husband told me that he'd been dreaming about her as well, but he didn't want to tell anybody. And I told him, "Then you are the one that has to get rid of her." He says, "How do I do that?" I said, "You tell her to go. You tell her to get out." He didn't know exactly what to do. Anyway, a few weeks later, he woke up and he says to me, "She's gone." I says, "How do you know she's gone?" He says to me, "Well, I had a dream and I know that I could control what I was doing in my dream." I said, "So you were lucid dreaming?" He says to me, okay, if that's what it is. He says she came to me and she asked me for sex. And I said to her, no, get out of my house. I don't want you here. He said, and she screamed. He said, and she opened the front door, walked out, and she became like skeletal, and the door slammed shut behind her. And after that, my son no longer had nightmares. Nobody dreamed of her again. And that is one of the many stories from my life.